Hey kids, today's show is brought to you by the letter 4 and the number potato! I'm a stupid private.
Hi, you pony fan. Grab your whip and a couple holy hand grenades of Antioch because I'm reviewing Mania. The episode begins with Twi's frustration at not finding a single scrap of information about her mysterious box. But on some advice from Princess Celestia, Twi and Spike head off to Celestia and Luna's old castle in the Everfree Forest. Meanwhile, AJ and Dash are competing to see who's the most daring pony in Ponyville.
Applejack and Rainbow Dash in competition, how novel!
And what better place to see who's the boldest of the bold than a spooky castle? Also, Rarity's elected to try her hoof at classical art restoration, so she's dragged her assistant Fluttershy along for the ride into the Everfree Forest. But get this, the ruins are supposedly haunted by a mysterious ghost, or something like that, called the Pony of Shadows. The rest of the episode is a load of haunted house antics featuring Rarity, Rainbow Dash, Fluttershy, and Applejack running around through an elaborate network of secret passages, and accidentally scaring each other. There's also a mysterious pony playing an old pipe organ in the basement, setting off all kinds of secret doors. But once the gang's all together, the mysterious pony of the opera is revealed to be Pinkie Pie.
Who the else was it gonna be?
Also, Twilight found one of Celestia and Luna's old journals. This gives her the idea that she and her friends should keep a similar journal. That'll be replacing the letters to Princess Celestia, I guess. This episode is interesting. It's not far removed from that old standby of comedic storytelling, The Mistaken Identity. It feels like this kind of story's been around forever, but that's not a problem for this group of ladies. The strong, distinctive personalities of the main six are one of the greatest assets of Friendship is Magic writing-wise. You can drop the gang into almost anywhere and it would probably still work. Each group has their own humorous reaction to the haunted house antics they come across. AJ and Dash are trying to put on a brave face, in spite of mounting panic. And the sight of Equestria's finest, spooked at their own shadows, is a lot of fun. Twilight and Spike are less entertaining, they're mostly hanging out in the library. But Twi earns her crown as the Princess of Humorous Exposition, and Spike's job this episode is being the funny reaction guy. But my favorite duo, hands down, has got to be Rarity and Fluttershy. Seeing poor Fluttershy trapped in a spooky house overnight is just as funny as you'd imagine. And Rarity's combination of sarcasm, bravado, and finally panic is the best thing in the episode. I didn't mention it last week, but there's a new opening this season. It's not dramatically different from previous seasons, and the biggest alterations are at the end, with the reveal of Alicorn Twilight and Luna joining her sister in the throne room. Also, if you look closely, you can catch a glimpse of everyone's favorite Draconequus. Another thing I really liked about this episode was the setting. The ruins in the Everfree Forest are a great place for all kinds of crazy shenanigans. And the design on the place is nice too. It looks exactly like a dilapidated ruin that's very creepy should look. On the downside, let's say this episode is action light. The closest thing to an action beat in Mania is when tensions explode and send 4 of the ponies into shrieking hysterics.
You didn't think they were really gonna kill Dracula, did you, Private?
It would have been nice. As much as the setting was cool, I don't think they really made the most out of it. We only get a fleeting example of what the place was like back in its glory days, but it is made pretty clear why Celestia had to abandon it. Lastly, Twilight seems to have grown into her role as the leader of the group, and it's good to see that she's become a nice, calming presence. But I do sort of miss crazy old Twilight. Now let's break down the good and the bad in My Little Pony Mania. On the good side, the comedy is in full effect with shenanigans in a spooky old castle that would make Vincent Price proud. A look back at what life was like before the rise of Nightmare Moon was cool, and as always, the strong personalities of the main six are fantastic. On the other hand, the action is nowhere to be found, and it's hard to shake the feeling that we've seen this exact same thing for decades on Scooby-Doo. But it's not a bad episode, so I give My Little Pony Mania 3.5 out of 5. If you need to scratch that pony itch, it'll do just fine. Thanks for watching. I'm the Stupid Private. Deuces.